does when I start making breakfast. Oh, did I say a magic word that involves food? Time to get up. This guy's got an airboat going over the reeds and all that. I guess if there's water, he can float. They sure are loud. Hey guys, we're in Steinhatchee. I'm going to turn the phone around. I want to show you something really quick. So Wavey and I walked to the store, the grocery store, just right around that corner. And we're walking back a different way, close to the water here, just kind of scoping things out. And I wasn't quite sure because we only got here last night after dark. So, and I'm seeing that, you know, that sailboat right there is anchored out. That big, whatever that thing is anchored out. Obviously people are living on them. There's even a modern day shipwreck over there on land, which is interesting, possibly worth exploring. And I've been trying to think of a way. There's also a gas station just right around the corner. It has like gas for $1.50 a gallon less than what I'd spend at the marina. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, why can't I just bring the dinghy and just go right there, pop right there, harmless, walk up here with the cart, go fill up my cans, because these are vacation rentals and there's no one in them right now. And I could take a bath right there, take a shower. I don't know, I think all my needs are about to get met. We'll find out tomorrow. But if I'm not parking and I'm not a guest, can I be here? Let's just pop down this dock and take a look real quick. Okay, so there are all sorts of sailboats anchored up here. So people are living on their boats and they're living off the anchor, living on the hook, however you want to describe it. Which means that we could come and hang out for a day or two up here. I'm kind of liking this town. Here's an even better one. This place is abandoned. Look at this. It's got a dock. It's even got a plank coming up. Oh yeah. That's Gary's boat. He came over from Carabel the same day. This is Mike and his wife's boat. I have not caught her name yet, but I will. Nice sailing catamaran. That's a cool boat. We're going to take a closer look at that. They said I could check out the inside, and that's, you guys, I'm not, a sailor, so, but I do know that cats are kind of the cat's meow, no pun intended. You spoiled animal. The chairs are a clue that no one's using it right now. Okay guys, so we are like not even a half a mile away from a gas station. The reason why I'm doing it this way, as always, is to save some money. It's about, as far as I can tell, about $1.50 a gallon less at the gas station than it is at the marina. So when you're talking 20 gallons, that adds up. That'll pay for quite a few things at the grocery store. So I'm just sharing this with you guys because I know some people watch my channel and they're on a budget like us, so couldn't do a trip like this unless you were. So
it's not working for me, and then we got the overalls for the go yard back there.
Okay, guys, we are hoofing it back now. I have to stop and take some footage because, again, I've only got so many hands here. But we were hoofing back, and this guy in a big side-by-side pulled up, and he's like, "Hey!" And I'm like, "Uh-oh, is he the owner of the dock, maybe?" And he's like, "You need a ride?" That's really nice of you to offer, but we actually need the exercise. I should have said yes in hindsight. If he came by here again, I'd probably say yes, but my instinct is always to say no, but yeah, we're just going right down the street here, around the corner. That's where the dinghy's at. So this is kind of how you do it. We just I could do a second round here to have more fuel. I might get another 5 gallons or something, but we really don't need it. But yeah, guys, that's how you do it. I don't know, just it's something to do. It's like a penny saved is a penny earned. That saying is very wise in a lot of ways. It says a lot, and putting effort instead of money towards something to get a little further down the road or the waterways. So, okay, you get the point. Stay tuned. When are we going to get you a cart to pull behind you? I bet you could haul maybe 10 gallons. We're going to use a trolling motor to go back if we can because it's all downwind. Okay, guys, we're coming back from the gas station, and we stopped by Dan and John's, the brothers that are on the Traveler. They crossed the bay with us. They hung back behind us in the morning. You guys, I'll show you on this video. And check this out. This morning, about 5 a.m., a shrimp boat was getting gas, and it rubbed up against him. He was trying to go where he's not supposed to, and so let me turn the phone around. So the shrimp boat captain must have felt so guilty. He gave you how many?
15 pounds.
15 pounds of shrimp, and they just gave me a nice bag of them, and they just told me how to prepare them. So I know what I'm having for dinner tonight. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys and gals, we are going to try to prepare the shrimp that we got from the brothers, Dan and John, on the Traveler, which they got like 5 times this much because a shrimp boat ran into them at 5 in the morning at the fuel dock. So they were nice enough to give me this, I don't know, what is this, a pound or more probably. So I did a little research online. I'm going to try to make these. So stay tuned. So I took all the heads off, and now I'm going to go rinse them really good outside in the river. It's my only option, really. So next step. Okay, so I rinsed them about 3 times. They look pretty clean to me. Now I think I'm just going to fry them in butter. Look how they start to turn orange when you cook them. I didn't know that's what they do. Oh, this is going to be good. So I've been munching on them while the second round is coming. And they are so good. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to start eating shrimp again. I can't remember the last time I did it like this, if ever. They're so good. Oh, and when you just use lots and lots of butter when you're cooking them. Oh. And the Beagle pre-wash. Thanks, Beagle. You want to go to shore and go pee before we get on the water all day? Come on, let's go. Good morning, guys and gals. Our last morning at Steinhatchee, tomato. I'm going to take Wavey to shore here and then tie the dinghy up at the back of the boat, which is where I tow it when we're on the move. And we're going to head towards the mouth of the Swanee River. So stay tuned. First time starting her up in 3 days. Starts right up. Goodbye, Steinhatchee. It's good getting to know you. It's a long, winding trail back out to deep water. I'd say 4 or 5 miles. You gotta just stay inside the channel here. Now, when we came in here 3 days ago, it was dark, as you guys probably remember, and you probably have already seen. So I don't even know what this looks like. I just had the spotlight shining on the markers, you know, so I'm kind of seeing stuff for the first time. I'm like, oh, this is kind of pretty. So, well, you snuck up on me, guys. These are the Canadians. I saw you coming up, and I thought I got in the way of a freighter or something.
Have a good one.
Okay, we'll see you in Crystal River. Okay, guys, just showing you, we are about at the end of the channel coming in, as you can see. And we are going to turn south here pretty soon. We're fine with this 8s and 9s and 13s and stuff. So right towards the end up here, we're getting close. We'll start turning south towards the Swanee. And we've got the brothers, the Traveler. We get passed by everybody. Now that's a Bayliner that I would be proud to own. Twin diesel, really comfortable. You got a great deal on that one too. So this is the last marker going out, or the first marker coming in, telling us that from here on out it's pretty decent depth, like 8 feet plus. These are some ideal conditions here. Got the waves coming at us from the back, pushing us along, letting us gain probably a mile per hour. This should hold up all day too, if the weather prediction's correct. All right, we've been out here for about an hour. Let me give you a little update. So the wind and the waves are hitting us from the back, kind of pushing us in the direction we want to go. I'm gonna have to turn a little bit east here to get around a point, and then the waves won't be hitting us quite from the back, kind of on the port corner, but still fine. And yeah, beautiful day. This is a good, here, let me show you from the back. These are actually really good conditions. Checking in with you guys again about once an hour during this crossing, just showing you some stuff that might be useful for when you guys do it. So you can see we're only in about 6 feet of water. It actually come up to 5.5 feet a couple times here, and I'll show you how far off the shore we are. I can just barely see land. We're got to be 5 miles offshore, and it's only at 6 feet or less out here. So the Gulf is like that. All that blue there is basically too shallow to go in, so I'm just hugging it down the sides here. I decided to cook a steak while we're underway. I usually don't cook while underway, but it's gonna be a long day. And things are, you know, when the waves are hitting from the back, it kind of just drives you towards your destination. Just a little bit of course correction here and there, so makes things easier. A little update for you guys. So the mouth of the Swanee right there, and then Cedar Key right here. You know, I'm just going to keep going to Cedar Key because the forecast for the next couple days is improving conditions, and it's already like half footers and nice out here. I might as well just keep making some miles since we got the daylight. And Wavy Gravy, did I wake you up from your slumber? So yeah, guys, this is what we're doing. We're just kind of hanging on the coast, if you want to call it that, in about 9-10 feet of water, but you can see we're way offshore. This is just how the Gulf goes. You got to get several miles out to get any sort of depth. And one thing I'll mention is we were not seeing any crab pots. Here, I'll turn the phone around. We were not seeing any crab pots until about a half an hour ago. We got around that bend there, and then there's all these little minefields of them, and those, you don't want to hit them. You don't want to hit them. Let's just say you don't want to get them wrapped up in your prop. So I was almost thinking about just going to the mouth of Crystal River, even in the dark tonight, but there's no reason. Cedar Key's fine, and then we'll just have a nice easy day tomorrow, about 30 miles, and we'll be at Crystal River, so no hurry. And we don't have to worry about crab pots because we can actually see them. So, all right, guys, stay tuned. This is the first boat that we've seen out here, besides the ones we're traveling with. They're heading north. Here might be a good example if I can hone in on these. This is how they lay out the crab pots in a row. They kind of probably just drop them off the boat. You can see, hopefully you can see, I can't really see the screen because it's sunny, but you should see some white crab pots all in a row going out into the horizon there. Okay guys, it's about going on 4 o'clock, and it stays light till about 7 right now in this part of the world, and this in February here. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Not that I care about that, but I've heard it several times today, so I know what the date is. We are gonna just go on to Crystal River, at least to the entrance, and get in there a little ways and drop anchor. Here, let me turn the phone on. Yeah, you know, we just passed Cedar Key, and yes, it's gonna get dark, and yeah, we're gonna maybe be in danger of some crab pots, but I'm going to take the chance because for 2 or 3 hours after dark, really using navionics, which is amazing, we'll get to Crystal River. And the reason why is to get up into Cedar Key, and really all of these places, you have to enter the channel just like you saw in Steinhatchee, and you have to crawl up in there, up the river channels and the dredge channels, and it adds 10 miles in, 10 miles tomorrow coming back out. And I think I'd rather just go for a couple hours. It's going to be a nice night. It's clear. The forecast is good. No wind to speak of. Everything's hitting us from the back. So why don't you just come along with us? I'm just going to keep filming this, and I think we'll be fine. I mean, I don't want to be foolish and say, oh, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, of course, there's a little more risk being out here after dark, but I just think it's a calculated risk. So stay tuned and we'll find out together. We got the following seas. They've probably gotten up to about twos or 3s. No big deal. It's actually working in our favor. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I love you too, you little spoiled brat. I'll tell you guys one thing. When you're doing these long, all-day journeys at 5 miles an hour, thank God for podcasts. I am just putting on like these hour-long interviews with these people that are so smart. I would list them below, but they're ideological, like everything is now, and I'd be accused of being political or whatever. But I'd call them truth tellers, and it just allows you to get into this like hypnotic state where you can just focus on what's being said And your deeper self will tell you whether it's the truth or not. It's discernment. It's God's discernment. But God's discernment does take being calm and listening to the still, quiet voice of God. So I remember that all the time when I get out here on these trips like this, and it's really one of the reasons why I like getting out here and going slow. The orange ones are pretty easy to see. So we're going by Cedar Key, which is right here, and we can actually see it. We're only in 16 feet of water, and that's Cedar Key right there. We're not going to stop there. We're going to come back to that on the scooter when we settle in Crystal River. It's really just a nice long day side quest. So stay tuned for that. Last of the day. We're going to be out here all by ourselves, Wavy Gravy. You might be able to just barely see some blinking lights out in front of us there. That's what we're aiming for. It's kind of just our guiding light. It's the entrance, near the entrance to the Crystal River. So this is what it looks like when you're running at dark. That's actually easier than putting this on right now. That'll come in handy when we start running up the river, but for now we're just using Navionics, which is right over there. Thank God for Navionics. Okay guys, you're just going to see a bunch of blinking lights. I'm going to try to explain this to you really quick. I'm also trying to do this at the same time, obviously, and in the dark. So we are, right now we're crossing the channel that goes into the power plant, which is, well, it's right up there. You see those lights right in the middle of the screen. And those blinking lights are guiding in this one right here. Now we had to pass 2 of these, and this, thank God I did not cross it further inland, because the pilings from when they made the channel come up above the surface, and I would have run into it. So thank God for Navionics. It shows that. And so now what we're doing is we're coming into the approach for the mouth of the Crystal River. And I can see, you know, when I was being confused, you know, coming in from the north at what blinking red and green lights were they for which channel, because I'm seeing them from the side, okay? So now that I'm turned and I'm coming into an approach to the east, more or less, southeast, I can see that right up here is coming into, you're not, I apologize, I'm just kind of, it's not very helpful visually, but I'll show you when we get closer. But I know where we are now, and I think we're on the home stretch. Stay tuned. You'll see a green light blink, wavy, just stay. You'll see a green light blinking. That's the first port side light. I'm glad you can see the splashing because we're going into the wind here for a little while, about a mile. The glasses are all covered with salt water, but hey, you can probably see right there, there's the red return. They don't have a blinker on that one. I'm glad I turned my. I don't know if I would have saw it. It is on the chart, but anyway, gotta pay attention. Good morning, guys and gals. So, next morning, obviously, beautiful sunrise. What happened last night was, excuse me, it's about 2 in the morning, and I'm only just 3 or 4 miles away from Kings Bay, and the tide must have been going out, and this was all super shallow. I don't think there was even a way through here, to tell you the truth. And it was dark, and we're coming in here, and I got up into here, and the front of the boat started going up on the sand, and so I just kicked up the motor really quick. And a couple of little mishaps trying to set the anchor, but I finally drifted back in here, obviously, and we were in about maybe 3 feet of water through the anchor, and just hope for the best. Because as you can see, and this really isn't on the chart, which is strange, but we're coming in here last night, and in this spot you're supposed to go around the red. I just woke up and I haven't even slept, guys, so forgive me. And then go around this one and around into here. It's just a zigzag through some really shallow stuff, and there was just no way to do it, and with the tide out and in the dark and stuff. So we're actually very lucky that it was going so hard that this was just sitting there. The anchor line was just going because the current was just like the whole bay was just draining out into the ocean, into the Gulf, and it was pretty crazy. But we kept our cool, including the Beagle. I gotta get her to shore here as soon as I can. So yeah, we're gonna finish the last few miles here and rest for the rest of the day, guys. So that's what happened last night. I'll get with you after we rest up.
Talking to us?
I got it. I know, Ria would be so happy right now. Yeah.